I got a scholarship, and you see my dad had been taking money in my name and drinking. Like he would come to the house when he has the money, he has been given the money, he will take the furniture outside and set everything on fire. Akuje agongeshe vikombe zivunjike. Like he used to be chaotic, and then anaenda ananunua sasa vitu zingine.
Wow.
And that's how he used to spend the money. And I used to feel so demotivated.
Yeah, because actually at a point he's using actually your grades to get money. Na hiyo pesa ikusaidii.
Not haimsaidii because burning furniture and buying new ones, I don't see how that is helping anyone.
True.
Yeah, because that was just the routine. He used to take money, drink. So when he was losing his job, or I don't know if he was fired or he quit or what happened, but he had worked in this company for I think 12 or 13 years. So there is some kind of appreciation he was meant to get for serving the company for so long. But do you know, hiyo appreciation ikikatwa na mshahara ikatwe, ni anabaki na deni ya kampuni because he had taken so much money. Yeah, so akitoka job hakulipangwa hata anything. So we really struggled. We moved to a single house.
And this time your mom is in Saudi?
At that time my mom is in Saudi.
Were you having any contacts with her?
Calls, yes, just calls, like once a month, but rarely, because calling somebody there was it is your credit that will be eaten. You in Kenya, you're struggling and you're trying to call somebody who is there.
Yeah,
you're talking 2 seconds, 36 bobisha enda. And yeah, it was just not convenient to
was
call.
She like maybe in a few on our Kamia through maybe sending something to you guys?
I remember her first salary. I remember she bought a bike for my younger brother.
Wow.
And she also bought me my first phone, my first Safaricom Kaduda. She bought me my first phone, and that phone was really annoying because I'm a bookie text, and the way I text quickly, and I don't delay to respond even now. So mtu anani text tu sahi, message in a buzz, and I'm there. My dad used to get pissed. And do you know that's the only thing that used to keep me distracted?
Yes.
Because sababu nikikaa na ni concentrate on the problems at hand. Okay, my phone was the thing at hand, so I'd rather concentrate on the phone at hand, not the problem at hand, you know. Yeah, so I used to like chat with my friends, act like everything is okay. But yeah, we used to sleep hungry. There's a time lorry ya cabbage ilianguka, and I remember we didn't have anything. Okay, nobody died, nobody got hurt, but
mkaenda kuchukua cabbage.
We took yeah, so that time I don't want to say that's the way God
we want to know what really happened. I would assume God provides mysterious ways. Okay.
But that mysterious way, karibu umalize insurance ya mtu.
And then I don't know why ni lori tu za vitu funny zianguka.
I know.
Ya cabbage, you know. Always sikia lori ya pesa imeanguka mahali. G4S. But ya cabbage, sijui na skuma. Okay. And then so you guys mlienda mkachukua cabbage, and that's actually where mkapata food for.
Yes. And it was a huge cabbage, by the way, because yeah, it was a really huge cabbage, and I don't have to concentrate on that, okay. But yeah, I just remember it because yeah, I know that date will go down, and there are times atukwa na fuel. Actually, the meko I've had in my house was the first meko I ever saw in my own household. Like tangu nizaliwe tulikuwa tunatumia jiko stove like that. So even this time when my dad has lost his job we used to use jiko ya makaa. Sasa there's this time that hatukuwa na hata hiyo makaa na hatukuwa na doo ya makaa. So my shosho used to live somewhere nearby. It's like 4 kilometers away, but that's nearby. We used to walk most of the time kwa sababu hiyo fare ya kuenda na kurudi, it was a lot, and it can be spent on other things. Yeah, so my dad used to walk to my shosho's place, anaenda anaambiwa achune skuma. Sometimes shosho anakuwa akona some chakula ya msaada amepewa anatugawia. So we used to survive on some days like that. So I remember this one time my dad amekuja from my shosho's place akona kaunga, but hatuna makaa, hatuna a means of getting the makaa. So this time my dad alingoa mbao ya kitanda akakatakata akawakisha kuni kwa jiko, and that's how we cooked that day.
What?
Imagine, ilikuwa rental. So what he did, ali have kuweka blanketi kama curtain so that the landlady doesn't see the smoke and everything.
Wow.
Nakwambia carbon monoxide poisoning tulisafa hiyo wakati just to have food. Yeah, so there is also a time that unajua in Naivasha maji inanunuliwa, unapata mtungi moja. Hiyo time that was 11 years ago. Hiyo time mtungi ya 20 liters ilikuwa like 10 bob, and that time remember hatuna hata hiyo 10 bob na hatuna maji kwa hao. So funny enough, it had rained, and our neighbor used to have a big tank hapo hivyo nje. So because his tank is full na hatuna maji kwa hao, so we just went tukaingiza ndoo ndani and we got the water for the day. I am not saying stealing is good, but the tank was strategically placed and rainwater had filled the tank.
Above all, ni ya Mungu, si ni ya Mungu.
Mvua ni ya Mungu. Mvua ni ya Mungu. Tulipewa mvua bure, tupeane bure maji.
Freely you have received.
Freely give.
Anyway. So let me ask you, at this particular whole point when all this thing is happening to your lives, were you born again?
I was not. I was not, and I was not believing in God because at that time, my dad was really hateful towards everything and anything. I remember alikuwa anasema ati God does not exist because why do good people suffer? God does not exist because why is he letting us go through all these things? God does not exist. Like that was his kind of that was just basically his attitude, and it's unfortunate because my younger brother was still in primary school.
Yes.
So while he's hearing all these things, he kind of adopted it. Unajua, for me at least nilikuwa na ID, I used to interact with other people uko nje, but for my younger brother who is also growing, for him to hear all these things and this kind of thinking, hata yeye anaanza kuadopt. Yeah, so he my brother kind of became defiant and all that. Yeah, so long story short, my dad was not a believer, so I was also not believing, and there was like everything was just going wrong. It reached a point when I even went to live with my grandfather. He was sick your time, and living with him, it was an extra burden, unaona, because there is my auntie and my auntie's kids who are also living there. They are taking care of him, nini. So it became really frustrating because I have these dreams, I have these goals. I never expected life to turn out like this. So hata nikiambiwa ati enda utafute kuni, I have never lived in the village. I don't even know where to start. So when I don't manage to get the kuni they want, it becomes that Wanja is lazy, Wanja is this, Wanja is that. So they even got tired of living with me kwa sababu I was not getting the hang of it. Mi sijui kulima. I've been in the city like all my life. Yeah, so we didn't get along on that front. So I went back to my dad's place, and the situation at my dad's place was even worse. So funny enough, one of my high school teachers alini connect na mtu alikuwa anataka mfanyikazi wa nyumba.
Yeah.
I went, and while working for this lady, she treated me in a very weird way kwa sababu sometimes alikuwa ananiambia I take the food that has been in the fridge for long. Alikuwa ananiambia wewe umezoea shida, huwezi gonjeka. Like,
what?
Yeah.
That is so harsh.
It was. That's not even the worst part. Now, I remember that time I was meant to be paid like 3K a month. Sasa hiyo month,
this was 2020?
2012.
2012.
That
3K.
was 2012. Yeah, that was 3K. It was 3K a month. I remember aliniambia ati she can only give me 2K, and then she keeps for me 1K, and then like a lot of issues. It's
3K and she's giving you in installments.
Yes. And then sasa the worst thing that happened, I remember that there's a time there's a time akinilipa nikachukuanga part of the money nikacheza kanya so that I can win money. There's a betting game that used to happen in Oro, this radio betting games.
Yes.
I was so sure if I kanya a lot of times I will get money which is enough to buy me pads, mafuta, viatu, clothes, and I send money for my dad, at least alipe nyumba rent. So me I kanya almost all my salary just hoping that I'll get something, but I got nothing. I got nothing. Yeah, so it's just been a struggle. It's been a struggle for so many years. I was not born again because I remember in 2013 sasa, now I've been telling you about like before 2013. Now in 2013 the situation was even worse. Story for another day, but nilijipata in a position where I don't have my ID, I don't have my school documents, I don't have anything. They've been held by somebody because she says my cousin stole from her. Now she will keep my documents because my cousin stole from her and my documents were there. So it means we were working together. I stayed for that whole year without my documents. Okay, it was not the whole year, but most of it. Because I remember I used to work for another lady in the house. She had a child with special needs. It was hectic. It was really hectic. And the helper, mwenye alikuwa before me, it's like alikuwa ameanza kuplan exit, so she was not washing clothes. She was just doing the kawaida thing. Cause me nikifika huko hivyo nikionyeshwa nguo nafaa kufua, guy nguo unafungua hivi zina overflows karibu sikufunike. It was a whole lot of laundry. And remember there is a child with special needs hapo hivyo. Utafua saa ngapi, utaosha nyumba saa ngapi, take care of mtoto saa ngapi. Yeah, cause this child really needed attention, full attention. It's not a child that you can turn your head ufanye vitu zingine, because this child needed full attention. Yeah, so mi nikashindwa because remember I'm still a teen.
Yes.
And there is a lot going wrong in my life. And I have dreams, I have hopes. I was hoping by now I would have saved and gone to campus. So me, when I was offered a better job in town as a secretary, mi nilienda tu. I just told my mama, I gave her notice. Akaniambia nipatie wiki moja nikuwe nimetafuta mtu mwingine. I continued working. Second week, please sijapata mtu. And I continued working. Then I told her, because I sioni dalili, please, can I give you up to this day? She said it's okay. That day kama sitakuwa nimepata mtu mimi nimekurelease. And that day reached, and alinizindi mpaka uko hivyo kwa gate vizuri. She had even given me some really nice bag. I remember she had given me a really nice bag. I packed my clothes vizuri. I had worked that day. All of a sudden, after nimeenda, she was giving the person that referred to me, her to me, akampatia a very negative report. And like, okay, things were just going wrong. Like there's not a single place nilienda na nika feel like this is where I belong, or I was fully accepted. So I was feeling like, oh, this is what they call the spirit of rejection. Nini. And I partly agree because sielewi why, like mtu sijamkosea, and I've done all the diligence, like at work I've observed all ethics, nini. And at that age, I was 19 then, and like I really tried to impress people, or I tried to really be on the good side with everyone. But tena nakuja mtu anasema a very negative report, and it would affect me, and I feel, I'm rejected in this world. I suffered a lot. So after some weeks, I was working for a guy that alikuwa na bureau ya house helps.
Yes.
So akaniambia I can work there as a secretary, nini. He would be paying me this much. Mwezi ikaisha, nothing. Another month, nothing. And it's only by God's grace that I had somebody hosting me, because this man used to give me fare every morning for coming and going back like that. So mwezi ikiisha, it's only by God's grace that I had a place to stay. Mwezi ya pili, nothing. So me, I decided, sasa I've been coming here every day, I've been doing what is required of me. Si unilipe, or si unitafutie job place ingine. you know, and he would zungusha me and all that. So I remember one time nikiwa at my uncle's place. My mom now had come back from Saudi. They had been deported. So vile my mom had come, unajua she also had nothing. She had no money.
Yes.
So I explained to my mom the situation, and my mom called the guy akamwambia si umlipe tu haki because amekuwa akifanya kazi. So mimi I was expecting that this guy will pay me niende uni. At least I register nini nianze semester ya kwanza. Sasa he only paid me 1k. That 1k, that same day amenipatia 1k. Around the same time there is a friend of my cousin that had reached out akaniambia, hey, nasikia ujaienda campus nini si ukuje Nyeri, I can help you apply for the HELB because I have a laptop and I can hack the system. Unajua back then ilikuwa very hectic ku apply
hack system.
Nakwambia website ilikuwa ina jam, like you had to apply in the middle of the night when people are asleep. So alikuwa ananiambia, so because I didn't know much about it, so everything goes, you know, everybody that seems like they have knowledge, they seem helpful. So yes, I took my 1k just the way I had it. Nikaenda nikapanda gari. I was living at my uncle's place. He was hosting me. So in a place huko Gatondo North, Kamwangi, a place called Kamwangi. So my uncle was hosting me. Sasa mimi nimeona haya kuna opportunities za county na naweza apply HELB kwanza na laptop kwa nyumba, wacha niende. So I went to Nyeri. I got there very late. It was getting dark. It was it was really getting dark. So when the person who had invited me alifika akakuja akanichukua stage, we went to some very old building, a very old one, but we don't judge buildings by their outside, you know, or the books by their cover. So tukaingia ndani. He showed me this room that had a bed and a mattress. So me, when he's showing me ndio hapa tumefika, I'm doing my math. Sasa nikilipwa month ya kwanza ndanunua kastove niweke pale, ndanunua blanketi, ndanunua heavy, because I in my mind I was thinking that in nyumba amenipatia hapa ndio nitakuwa nikikaa as I apply, as I go to those county jobs nini. So I was just doing my mathematics.
Lakini character development.
Yeah, so the guy was leaving, coming back at intervals. So at one point akakuja na Sprite. And he offered if I can drink, and I said yes because nilikuwa mbao. So I drank. After some time anakuja tu akiangalia nini. Yeah, so at some point ndio nikamwambia, hey manze, there's kuna venye siski poa, or how do you say that in English? There's a way I'm not hearing good. Yeah. So nikamwambia kuna venye siski poa, I would want to lie down. Yes, and I lied down kidogo. And to my surprise, I don't know what time it was, but I would say in the middle of the night, because I was still sleepy or sleeping, or I was not fully awake, but I remember telling him, please let go of me, you're hurting me. So me the following day, vile nilikuwa naamka, nilijipata like I'm really swollen on my thighs, on the inside of my thighs. I'm in pain, like it's not something I like remembering, first of all.
What really happened?
I was molested because the following day, okay, that time si unaona nimeamka, there is not even a single drop of water I can even wash my face or drink or what. So me, unaona I had carried clothes to change. So me nilivaa hiyo trouser yenye nilikuwa nayo, it was an official one. Nilivaa the official trao and that white blouse. And I walked and I went to the stage, nikapanda matatu, nikakuja Thika back to my uncle's place, and all I wanted was to sleep.
So this guy, there was something on that drink, right?
Yes, which I came to be told later.
So the guy took advantage.
Yes.
Oh,
96.9 FM, Pearl Radio.